Hello and welcome everybody. Today I'm gonna be testing Spider-Man 2 on the RTX 3090 Ti. I was gonna do this video yesterday, but I couldn't when I went back from the gym. I was like too tired. I couldn't even keep my eyes open after I ate. So yeah, I saw this hot fix yesterday. That's why I was gonna do the video yesterday, but I didn't because of that whole gym reason. So they say that they fixed crashes. Last time they said that they fixed crashes, it like literally happened after. They said that they fixed crashes when you enable RT, right? Last patch, and literally on the 3080, after 10 seconds of me enabling RT, the game crashed. I have a video. I have in the video that I released with the 3080. So now with the 3090 Ti, we're gonna test this, and also they claim that they aimed these changes at further improving the game stability. So the game should be more stable, shouldn't have any more like fluctuations in performance. We're gonna see that because I don't believe them anymore. They said something last time and it didn't fix jack shit. So yeah, let's see in game how it actually plays. Okay, as always, let's go to the settings first. Where's the settings? Settings right here. So right now it's 4K, no upscaling, no frame generation. Using the LAA, and the preset is set to very high instead of high because the 3090 Ti has the VRAM capacity to do it. It has 24 gigabytes of VRAM, and I set the custom, the RT to very high, and it says custom over there because I turned this down from 10 to 5 because I don't really want it to go really far into ray tracing. That's gonna just make it more CPU heavy. So yeah, and still these 4 settings are disabled. So let's see how the game runs without DLSS. Right now it's giving me 20 seconds in 100% lows, which is 100% lows. I don't know what I'm even talking about. In the 1% lows, which is, you know, not very far away from 30 FPS and 29 FPS, but still, it's this game has horrible 1% lows anyway, and they should look into that to fix it, as well as fixing the AMD CPU problem that these Spider-Man games have. And yeah, the VRAM capacity should be fixed as well because 12 or 13 gigabytes of VRAM is not the visual fidelity of this game, it's like the buildings, they look just realistic. I'm not gonna lie to you, the people look, you know, video gamey. Spider-Man looks like a video game, you know, the characters, cars, but the buildings that have reflections and stuff like that, windows, they literally look like straight out of the real life. So yeah, but 30 FPS is not doing it for me. So I'm just gonna enable DLSS. Let's just put DLSS over here and enable DLSS widget. It's gonna be right here. I'm gonna enable DLSS on quality first. It's still in performance from the 3080 run. So let's just enable DLSS quality. I don't know. The mustache is tickling my nose. All right, so I went from 30, 29 to now like 55. Is it gonna drop into the 40s? It dropped to 51, was the lowest I've seen. And even though I enabled DLSS, the VRAM capacity increased and the wattage of the GPU also increased a little bit, which is weird because when you use DLSS, VRAM should be less and wattage should be less. I don't know why it's using more watts than it's using on native, but I think because it's more frame rate. I don't know. This game behaves pretty fucking weird, to be honest. Let's just go fight this armored car with DLSS. Now it dipped into the 40s. All right, it dipped into the 40s. Okay, so in action scenes, it dips to the 40s, but overall, I'll say like most of the time, it stays in the 50-minute swing or something like that. So yeah, action scenes, if you're like you're gonna be fighting or like you're gonna be like, you know, doing these like stopping armored cars or stopping cars in general, probably gonna dip into the 40s all the time when you're doing these massive action moments. So yeah, now 50 FPS ain't enough. I'm not gonna lie to you, and because of the new DLSS transformer model, it should, if you use this the CNN model, if you just update or downgrade the DLL files you have on the location of the game's directory, if you just downgrade it to like DLSS 3.8, it's gonna give you probably 60 FPS because DLSS transformer model that I have right here takes like a very huge toll on the tensor cores. So that's why it's not giving as much performance as the CNN model. but it looks pretty fucking awesome because DLSS on performance looks close to native, looks very close to native if you don't look at faraway objects, which in this game you're never gonna be doing because you're gonna be like seeing buildings close up all the time. So it's indistinguishable from native quality, like native 4K. While, as you can see, it's like sometimes it dips to the 60s, which is very close to the like 55 or something like that I had with DLSS quality. But most of the time it's gonna stay probably in the 70s. Let's hope. Let's see this sequence of flying through these circles. Is it gonna drop FPS to 60s? Yeah, 69, 64. And the VRAM increased with DLSS again. I mean, the VRAM and the GPU wattage increased by a little bit, not too much, like from like the wattage from like went from 330 to like 340 right now, and the VRAM increased from like 13.1 to 13.2. But still, you know, it shouldn't increase, it should decrease. Everything should decrease, or at least the wattage should stay the same. You know, the GPU wattage, because I'm doing an undervolts for this GPU as well. It should stay the same. It shouldn't be increasing or decreasing at least. Alright, while I'm fighting right here, let's do DLSS quality. Let's keep... I forgot to do DLSS performance on that logo, so my bad. Let's keep it on DLSS quality this time and do frame generation. DLSS on quality. Alright, so this is max RT, max settings, basically like balls to the wall kind of settings with frame generation and DLSS quality. It's more than DLSS performance, like 100 FPS, and it's not gonna be stable in this fighting scene because it's like in a like restricted alley. It's not really an open area that much. It's what is that yellow thing that I have on me? I forgot about the mechanics of this game and why that yellow thing was on me. Probably that little robo dog that was doing something to Spider-Man because of the oh, I think because of the Venom suit. I think I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. All right, let's get that. And as you can see, the VRAM capacity with DLSS frame generation did not increase that much, but it did increase, and the wattage dropped down to again to like 330. So this wattage wise, like GPU wattage wise, is behaving accordingly, but VRAM is increased because you have to keep those generated frames somewhere, and the VRAM is where the GPU actually keeps them when the GPU renders them, when the optical flow accelerator does its job and completes it. Now, as you can see, nothing is flickering, nothing is out of order. Like, even if I have like this crosshair over here, it's not flickering or shimmering or anything because of DLSS frame generation, even though this is a mod. But I think on lower resolution, because this is 4K and it's upscaling from 1440p, it's not, it has like very good pixel count, so to not have any garbling in the UI. But yeah, I mean, this game is still not really fixed. They said that they aimed to fix, or the hot fix to improve game stability. I see, you can see that frame time is very like fuzzy. It's not really stable. It's not a stable frame time. If you want to play stably, you're gonna have to disable frame generation and lock the game at 60 FPS, because 60 FPS is really fine in this game, like enough, and enable DLSS quality or like DLSS performance, because DLSS quality is still not gonna get you with this GPU like above 60 FPS. So yeah, that's how games are released these days. So alright, so right now let's disable RT and disable frame generation in DLSS. Let me take those logos out and then go to the settings and disable everything, and you know, see how it does with just rasterized performance. And ray tracing is gonna be gone. Alright, so rasterized performance 4K, no DLSS or upscaling or frame generation for that matter, but it's still above 60. I don't know why I was gonna say above 60, because it was 59, 54. Oh, now it's dropped to 40. It's way below 60 FPS. Even though the GPU is like still pegged at like 100%, the the frame time, not just the FPS, the frame time is really like all over the place. And as you can see, it became more fuzzy without ray tracing, because I don't know why. To be honest with you, I think it's because it has like less stuff to render. I don't know. The GPU wattage dropped to like 320 watts, which is pretty good, pretty fine. And now let's enable the DLSS and see if the VRAM gonna increase and the wattage is gonna increase, because that's what happened with RT on when I enabled DLSS. Yeah, let's see DLSS quality right here on Raster Performance. Let's see that. Yeah, the water's still the same, like in the 20s. Not bad. Oh no, now it's the 30s. See, this is why I mean this game's like behaves weird all the time. And the VRAM increased from like 1.2 or something to 1.5 with DLSS. That doesn't make any sense. The VRAM should be less with DLSS, not more. But hey, it's the Spider-Man game. Is there any crime that I can go fight to see how it behaves on a crime basis? What was that blue line over there? There was a blue line like going up this this draft. I'm not gonna lie, I mean the experience without RT is not bad. It doesn't feel, even though you can see like the frame time is bad, it doesn't feel bad. I can attribute this to like probably my screen because it has VRR, but I'm not sure. I think, you know, Nixie's games, they are like very well optimized for smoothness, even though, oh, these guys are probably gonna kill me. Alright, while I'm fighting them, it's like in the 90 FPS, but let's go and enable DLSS on performance. You don't need to, because 90 FPS is enough. Like 75 while flying and 90 FPS while fighting and on the ground is way more than enough, because as I said, 60 FPS is a good sweet spot for this, for any actual first person, I mean not first person, I mean single player game. It's 60 FPS is gonna be enough. I know that these motherfuckers are gonna kill me because, well, they have flames. They have literally flames. The 100% lows are, they look bad. Even though now I reset them, like basically half my FPS is 100% lows. So they are not really good. As I said before, this game has like inherent bad 100% lows. 1% lows. I don't know why I keep saying 100%. The 1% lows are like horrible in this game, I'm not gonna lie. And the as you can see with DLSS now, like on performance, it dropped the GPU just massively. I still have like basically the same FPS as before. Well, not that's, it's better. This is what's weird about this game as well. Like I had 75 FPS while flying in this exact same area with DLSS quality, right? But with DLSS performance, I get 90 FPS while still dropping GPU utilization. Like, if I'm GPU bottlenecked, I shouldn't be getting more performance. As I said in my previous videos, that just doesn't make any sense. If I go like lower quality, it should just lower the GPU utilization without giving me any ounce of performance uplift, but I still do get uplift, which is pretty good. But it's just weird, you know? It's not behaving as it should. Like, if a robber gets in your house and then wakes you up and says, okay, I'm robbing you. You know what I mean? It's not behaving the way it should behave. Oh, these guys need is this symbiote suit. Alright, while I'm fighting again, let's go and disable DLSS on performance. And go with DLSS frame generation, this time with DLSS quality. DLSS frame generation, DLSS quality, let's put FG over there. And I always forget DLSS on Q and forget to enable DLSS on performance in the overlay over there on my recording. But it's fine. I'm gonna keep timestamps so that you can know what's going on. Okay, so DLSS frame generation on rasterized performance is just like, well, it's on times it goes like 50 FPS more than Raster RT performance, but it's not always. And DLSS quality with DLSS frame generation fixes the GPU utilization, because you know, DLSS performance decreases the render resolution to 1080p, which is 50% of the resolution that I'm playing at, 4K, and frame generation fills in the gap with that disparity of GPU utilization or GPU usage from like 80% to like back to 99% or 100%, and 100% lows are fucking horrible. Yeah, they keep dropping to like below 50 FPS, which is not good. And as you can see, even with frame generation, the game feels more stable than ever before, but still the graph of the like the frame time is still fuzzy, because the frame time is like all over the place. It goes like up to 10, down to 7, up to 8 again, like down to 6. It's not really that stable. God of War games, stable line. Stable fucking line. A smooth line that goes through like the whole game. God of War games have the best optimization out of these PS5 ports. Alright, let's get the one with the gun first. What the hell? Where did you come from? Let's make some noise here, because these guys fucking hate noises. This big guy is so fucking hard to kill. Alright, done. Okay. Right now, I've exhausted every other setting on 4K, so let's do 1440p. Where's the settings? Oh, right here. So 1440p, I'm gonna disable DLSS frame generation and DLSS quality. Disable DLSS at all, like this. Frame generation like this. And actually go and enable RT on ultimate again, but just drop it from 10 to 5 to make it easier on the CPU, because this game already has a bad engine rendering frame times and stuff like that. What the hell's happened? Oh, those are my gadgets breaking. All right, so right now, did I disable frame generation or DLSS? It doesn't seem like it. Yeah, it's off. I have 120 FPS just by. Oh, now it's on. You see, the buildings just got the RT. It's a delay effect for this GPU. I saw it happen real time, like the buildings didn't have any reflections and then it just popped in. Oh, there was a stutter there, like a very big stutter, very big spike. And as you can see, like without any frame generation, without any DLSS, it goes like from 50 now, because now 70, because there's nothing but water. Although water is very hard for the GPU to render, just like vegetation, but being away from it, like on the sky, like away from like this, it's like not as, not as intensive or expensive on the GPU to run. Just when you go closer, or you go probably on it, on the water, like skiing on the water, because this game has like that skiing effect when you just go on the water. Okay. 60 FPS doesn't feel like 60 FPS. Unlike 4K, it doesn't really feel smooth on 1440p. It feels like it's like 45 FPS at most. It's jittery. It has like this jitter to it. I think it's because of the frame time, because it's too fuzzy. It's not that stable. And they said that they fixed the stability of the game on it. I mean, I didn't see the crashes, So the crashes are gone probably. But I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna give the verdict until I finish the video. Then I'll say that the crashes are gone. Alright, let's use DLSS right now. DLSS. I'm not gonna disable RT. I'm gonna keep RT. I'm gonna do DLSS quality. gonna keep RT all like throughout frame. I mean 1440p, and let's do DLSS quality first. All right, so DLSS quality is gonna bump me to like from 60 to 90. Now it feels smooth. With DLSS, even though like it's dropping GPU utilization, it feels smoother than that 60 FPS that felt like 45 FPS at most. It drops 70 now. Let me just go see that crime. Ah, these motherfuckers again. They're gonna kill me. They're gonna kill me. Where's that flamethrower guy? I see guys with guns. I don't see any flamethrower guy. That's what I want to neutralize first. I don't see any guy with the flamethrowers though. This is gonna be an easy cakewalk. Yeah, when there's no flamethrower guy, it's like very easy. It's like the flamethrower guy is probably on like very hard difficulty. And as you can see, I killed him without any scratch on me. All right, now let's enable frame generation. Oh, no, let's enable DLSS performance, which is gonna render the game below, which is 720p, I think. And then upscale it to 1440p. And as you can see, the utilization is like 60% of the GPU, which is not good. I mean, I got a little bit more performance from like 70 to 80. Oh no, back to 70 again. 100% loss. Let's reset those again. But they're still gonna drop probably. They dropped and they got back up again to 60. This is the draft that is more like expensive for the GPU tournament because of Central Park's vegetation over there, and it's in the 70s. The VRAM wise, it's like 12, close to 12 and a half, which is pretty bad for 1440p. I'm not gonna lie. 1440p shouldn't have like 12 gigabytes of VRAM utilization, even on ray tracing. It just shouldn't have it. And GPU wattage is like in 340, which it was 300. Oh, now it's 350 again. I don't know. This game just behave weirdly. Like, why is it requiring more power when I'm like not doing much? At 1440p is not doing much. This is what I'm talking about. On different systems, it's like different results. Because just rendering more frames, it requires more power. But even though like they are like lower quality frames, and then they're upscaled, I don't know. I don't get it, to be honest. All right, right now, let's keep it on the DLSS. Yeah, because I always forget to change the DLSS logo on the recording. I'm gonna keep it there, but here I'm gonna switch it to DLSS on quality and enable DLSS frame generation and see how that's gonna affect performance. So 100 and something. Is that a? Yeah, that's a crown. That's a fucking speeding car. And as you can see, the UI is garbled right now because of frame generation. And this is just a mod, but nothing but the UI that's garbled. The characters, the models, the assets, everything is stable. Just the UI that's like garbled for some reason. What the hell? Oh, I missed the button prompt, I think. Okay.
Any more traffic violations and we're gonna have to revoke your license.
Okay, right now let's just drop it to 1080p and see how it behaves. Let's disable frame generation and DLSS. Drop it to 1080p, which is gonna be right here, and then disable these two. From the overlay, no, I did. That's not 1080p. This is 1080p. All right, so 1080p native, 60 FPS on average. Like it's like not that better from what the hell? It's not that better from 1440p. And this is like lower resolution. What is going on here? And now it's dropping GPU utilization here and there. And let's see. Yeah, looking at the vegetation on Central Park is just like very intensive. That's why the GPU is like pegged at 100%. But away from Central Park, is it gonna drop again? Yeah, it dropped to 80%. Like this building gets like a lot of break-ins lately.
Couple's being attacked. Better hurry.
Oh, I'm not finished with you.
Come on. You had to know I'd be here sooner or later.
What?
Here, Spider-Man.
Oh, these guys. I thought
Hey, it's the Fun Brigade.
the Fun Brigade. Oh, everybody's invited to the party today. That awning was on my way. The whole brigade is invited to the party today. Symbiotes, hunters, regular humans. Like, what is going on? Okay, I'm not gonna enable DLSS, but I'm gonna do frame generation. And I'm gonna do FSR frame generation this time around because it's gonna be frame generation from DLSS is gonna keep this, you know, UI garbled because it's actually FSR running through DLSS pipeline. So I'm not gonna enable any upscaling. And let's see how it handles 1080p.
Thanks.
With FG.
You want to get some coffee?
No. Thank you for taking.
And even like just FSR frame, is it FSR or did I enable DLSS? I think I enabled DLSS frame generation. Yeah, I see the UI garbled. Yeah, let's go back to FSR frame generation. I hate FSR frame generation because on my screen, I don't think if you can see it, but on my screen the colors are like different from what they should be. Like everything like overexposed and everything, like the clouds are like have less contrast between them in the sky. It's like it disables the HDR and like makes the colors way worse. And right now 130 FPS, 150 at times, closer to the ground like drops to 140, 129, wow. So closer here to the traffic is like drops to 120, which is still good. But this GPU is not made for 1080p, to be honest. This GPU can still do 4K if you want to use DLSS quality or DLSS performance with the latest latest DLSS 4, which actually you know, even though it gives like more quality, it's like it has a hit on performance compared to the CNN model. But yeah, still looking good. If you want to play on 4K and still have more performance, then you can use frame generation to offset that disparity in performance between the transformer model and CNN model. Yeah, this game just behaves weirdly. Now it's like the wattage is fine, but it was when I enabled DLSS upscaling, it increased for some reason. Like from 320 on 4K, from 320 on like 340. That shouldn't happen, it should decrease. Or in my case, because it's undervolted GPU should stay the same. But now it's like going to 350 right now because I don't know why. Frame generation. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna, you know, just end it here for this video. This game should be more optimized. It needs a lot of time baking in the oven still. So yeah, if you watched until now, thank you at a minimum. See you in the next video, and ciao.